Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Yahushua,
Yahushua, Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Karadash.
Karadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful the house of David. I'm the brother Halak, and to my left,
I'm the brother Aina.
we coming to your lesson about payment in due time. Payment in due time, because your work, you doing for the Lord, your charity, all that good stuff, all that good stuff towards the body, not only towards the body, but just being a man of behind that will be rewarded. That has not gone ignored. That has not gone, it's not invisible. To the world it might be invisible. To the world you might be looked down on. Like, man, look at that lame nigga. Man, you can't be like that. It's a dog eat dog world like that. No, man, to hell with that. We move because works goes into action. We move in accordance to Yahweh Shemel Shah's will to do what's pleasing to him, because that's who we serve. We're Yahweh Shemel Shah's servants. You know, we're working towards pleasing our master. So when our master come back, he'll do what a master, what an employer would do, he pay his service.
There's a parable that go into that. The master returning to the house.
Hmm.
You know,
Kind. I was just thinking about that. You know, you don't want to be that unprofitable servant. Why was that servant unprofitable? Because he had no faith.
he followed direction, going to the parable of the talents.
Mm-hmm.
You had those who went out and did the work. And then you had that one wicked nigga who buried his, symbolic for him, not doing the work, not feeding the sheep.
Mm.
He hid the gift. He hid the talent, because the spirit is a gift. You got it.
Lord, Lord, what he give us all these commandments, all these ways of living. Y'all think he gonna do it? Y'all think he gonna do it? He ain't telling us nothing he wouldn't do. That's how fair the Lord is. He ain't telling nothing he would do. Get another point on that, but I'm gonna get a scripture for that. This is Psalms chapter 138, verse 2. I will worship towards thy holy temple and praise thy name for thy loving kindness and for thy truth, for thou hast magnified thy word above all thy name. The Lord said he gonna keep his word. The Lord gonna keep his word. Everything he told us to do is something he'll do. And guess what? He proved that by what? Sending Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai came, lived under the law, did the law, fulfilled the law. He was killed for it.
But also the Lord already told you to do that. You know?
But see, the Lord, Yahweh Shema Shai ain't telling us to do that he wouldn't do. And that's that's person. That's something respectable. That's something respectable. Like in the old days, in the ancient world, you respect somebody, you respect king that go out to war. What child? They'll keep his word.
In the spirit, I was just thinking, you want to keep your word, hold good. One day gonna put his life on the line with you.
Mm-hmm.
What Yahweh Shai did, he put his life on the line too.
Mm-hmm.
To help the Father Yahweh, and all the prophets before as well.
Mm-hmm.
They've all done it. So these are respectable men, first and foremost, starting with Yahweh Shai. Trickling all the way down from the prophets, the apostles, all the way to the apostles that you have mentioned on down. Our Rogers are we held that number. The importance of a man's word, like we was going into, that's an important thing, a man's word.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers have things going on, but a man's word being held to a standard, and the generosity, I mean not the generosity, but the genuineness of the same. A man's word is important. Rogers lesson we can go into in the future. The Lord allow. But you got it, bro.
Kind. And we're gonna get there. This is all. Listen to this. This is all Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 4. When thou vowest a vow unto the Most High, defer not to pay it, for he have no pleasure in fools. Pay which thou hast vowed. And again, like I said, the Most High hasn't told us to do anything that He wouldn't do. So He say He gonna reward you for this. He's gonna reward you for this. Is He's gonna make you pay for this? You're going to pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
That goes into being a man of His word. Cause what we were supposed to be a representation of Yahweh Shem Al Shah on earth.
Good. That's why the Lord balanced. Because He said in the book of Deuteronomy, if you keep my word, this is what will happen. If you don't keep my word, this is what's gonna happen. The Lord keeps His word. Like no matter what it is, the Lord, what they say, His word shall not return void. Going into prophecy, going into commands, going into everything. Really, whatever the Lord say is going to happen. And you're gonna get your payment or your reward for for each side of that. And I'm pretty sure we get that later in a little bit with the question.
This verse 5. Better it is that thou shouldest not vow than thou shouldest vow and not pay. That's going to being a man of your word. Because Yah want Yahweh Shem Al Shah to be a man of His word. Each time y'all throw a prayer, oh Lord, Lord, Lord,
Lord help. I ain't gonna do it no more.
And that just shows how Shem Al Shah is merciful and being long suffering. Because what? Y'all tell the Lord. God, y'all tell the Lord something, break it, ask for forgiveness, and what? He'll forgive you. But y'all gotta remember, don't play with that because the doors of mercy are closing. We have a grace period. It's for you to try to get it right, not for you to continually messing this up.
Going back into this topic, payment in due time. How about Shabbat Shah gave us this grace period? Why? So at the end of the grace period, you can pay up. And we look at the word grace, the definition of going to that period to basically get your shit together. You got a grace period to make your car note. You can't make your car note that grace period over, you gotta come on with it. If you don't have the proper payments to make that payment to Yahweh Shema Shah, then hey, when that time comes, you got to come on with it, and it's gonna be your life. You gotta go.
Okay. No. So have to be mindful of these things. You have to be mindful of those things. Yahweh Shema Shah will keep His word. Just like in one instance, there was this man. I think he came back from victory, right? Or it was some kind of successful campaign, something of that nature. And the man said, Lord, I would sacrifice anything for this. And when he made it back, the first thing he saw was his daughter. He had to sacrifice her. He cried, but what? He did it because what? He was a man of his word. He had to do it, So you going out there doing the work of the Lord, it's not in vain. You going out there being charitable, being conscious towards the body. It's not going in vain. The Lord will reward you because He's a man of His word. You get your payment in due time. Also, you that scoff and you that mock, you that do iniquity, sin after sin, iniquity. You think you gotten away with it? No. When He come back, you're gonna get that payment in due time. And that payment you got.
No, go ahead. But since you said that, go ahead and finish the point. I got some.
I was gonna say that payment we gonna get is complete utter given also something given in recognition of merit, virtue, a prize, punishment, recompense for evil doing.
It says that sometimes get the punishment or recompense for evil doing. So you will receive that reward or just desserts. That justice, it goes both ways. So you're gonna get rewarded for the hardship and for going through the trial, tribulation, and being refined, or you gonna get your reward for evil doing. The Lord gonna smoke your ass. He gonna cook you. And then you gonna you can't pay up. The Lord is oh, I need you haven't done what you're supposed to do during this grace period, and you're gonna get the left hand side of that room. Everything well done. My favorite sir, we all hear that. They right side of them. That's again shows you how balanced the Lord is. When it comes to his word. Because the Lord is very, very balanced and he allows us to be able to move, what I'm saying? To be able to, have business in the world and still live according to the word to the best of our ability. We can go into a Sunday. We have an open notebook test. Like, provide our shot as an example.
Book test is because you never open that book. You gotta be still to know what is in the book. But hold on, I don't know the answer, but I know it's in the book. You can look it up, read it, be like, all right, here it is. I don't think you fail because you ain't never opened the book. You just have a desire to look into it. You know. Go back to the topic. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 13. Listen, thou shalt not defraud thy neighbor, neither rob him. The wages of him that is hired shall not abide with thee all the night until the morning. You see, that's going into you supposed to, you know, that don't rob your brother, don't hold nothing from him. If you hiding from it, or you made an oath with him, not fulfill that oath, guess what? He's gonna fulfill his. He said, what? Or those that do, I ain't get that. It's Hebrews chapter 11, verse 6. Without faith, it's impossible to please him. He that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. You know, as you studying, you For payment and the reason why people have been sold out because what? They didn't want to wait for that payment. No, they didn't want to wait for that payment. They said they want it now. They want it early.
Shit, my money ain't now.
They want it early. So what? They sold out. They sold out for that quick payment, just like who? Esau.
Esau.
He wanted that now. He said, "Man, I'm about to die."
Show you where that original spirit came from. You know, the original spirit of that instant gratification shit, impatience. You know, I always want shit to be your way, how you want it, when you want it. You see where that wicked ass spirit originally came from. You know?
God, God. He wanted it. Now he said he didn't care if it was done or not. You know? He wanted it now. That's the results of this culture. What? That fast on microwave culture. They don't want to take time to make it up. They don't want to take time to fit it in. They want that fast money. What? That fast life. That fast life always ends to an early grave, to a quick destruction. You know? Listen to this. This is Matthew. Chapter no. This is Revelation chapter 22, verse 11. Listen. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. He that is holy, let him be holy still. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according to his works shall be. You know? So what? Payment in due time. Righteous gonna get a payment, the wicked is about to get a payment. Cause what? The Lord ain't gonna hold that back for all the day long. Got it? The Lord ain't gonna hold that back all the day long. Nah. He's going to pay you. He's gonna pay you. He's gonna pay you. And you wanna get paid with that right hand, not that left. You know, you wanna get paid with that right hand, not that left. You know, for those that you that have followed, you giving up everything. You know, you giving up for this ministry, for the body. You gonna give even more. You gonna give even more. Let me get that for you. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 28. Yahweh said unto them, verily, verily I say unto you, that ye which follow me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, ye shall also sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And every one of you that have forsaken houses, brethren, sisters, fathers, mothers, or wives, or children, will receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. No? So that payment is coming. That payment is coming in due time. You know?
From the old head, he told me when I was young. He said, slow money. He said fast money is your ass money. Slow money is show money. Going into that patience. A fast reward, you're gonna be ungrateful. You know, look at the basic spoon fed child period. You know, most of the time they don't understand the concept or the value of nothing. You know, they're ungrateful assholes. You know, but somebody who's been patient for their reward, who's understood the workings and the ins and outs and the hardship and everything they go through it, and you're very, very grateful for that. And you're gonna take better care of it. Look at us now. You know, so imagine the Lord. That's why we had that. That's why we had to go through this. Cause now we finna be even more grateful for what we finna. We finna be more grateful for what we finna get because we went through this, and we're gonna be more appreciative, and we're gonna take care of it even more because we see like we're going into a Sunday. We seen what the world is like when wickedness go unchecked. So we're gonna be appreciative for the kingdom, and we're gonna manage that kingdom to the best of our abilities in righteousness through Yahweh Shema Shai. We're gonna be perfect.
Mm.
You know, going back into that patience, the benefits of patiently waiting. You know, that was it.
Okay. You know, with that, I hope you was edified. Again, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakadash, the honest of the apostles, elders of the great millstone, peace and blessings to the whole of the house of David. Till next time, Yahweh, Shalom.
Shalom.